Hello Lynxers, it's Dark Lynx108. Welcome back to OpenRCT2. We are in the next scenario of the Skyloop Splashdown scenario pack. Vulcanodon Caldera. A dormant volcano that was last active in prehistoric times is the setting of this new theme park. The inhospitable terrain and landscape makes attracting and pleasing guests more difficult. And I need to get 2,900 guests in my park and not let the park rate drop below 700. We can't charge for the admission, but we're going to charge for rides. And it obviously has a basis of the prehistoric theming, so we gotta build all these prehistoric themed stuff again. Which means, once again, I have to build a mini suspended and a steeplechase and a water coaster, and these aren't the best coaster types to have. So that's gonna be fun. Everything else seems to be okay, though. So I'm going to start. We got $14,000 of money. No loan, which is nice. Park size of 487,000 square feet. It's basically just the caldera. So I'm going to start with, not the merry-go-round, actually. I'm going to start with the bumper cars, actually, to start with. $267. I'm going to make that green this time. You know what I haven't heard in a while? The very loud Dodgems Beat Style 2. So we're gonna hear that. We're gonna do 1 minute and 45 seconds. And we're up to 23 cars. Ah, there we go. Yep. 290. And here's our first throw ride. Let's put the road will drop down. Not much. Oh, why is it doing that? I wanted it to do that. Test. $5. Whee! There we go. Now, yeah, I guess I'll start with some. Oh yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah, we started off with I think the mini roller coaster, but it's gone now. Hopefully, it won't be broken. It might be broken. We'll see. We'll find out. So we'll start with a steeplechase. Of which is going to be an old school subline. Oh. I don't really want to go up this high, but I guess I will. It'll make this exciting. Don't do that. Actually, that can't work to begin with. I want to do something like this. There we go. Aha! Yeah, I'm sure this is a good idea, yeah. There we go. Mine's $183. Cars. Yeah, it's gonna be broken. Hang on. I already know from experience that that this isn't gonna work. So put that all the way at the bottom. The mini coaster or the rocket cars should be there, I think. So I have to go. I have to fix the. It's been a while since I had to fix this. Right, yeah. That I keep opening the wrong thing. Look at the basic mini coaster with the rocket. That will stay. Oh, I guess not. There goes goodbye. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna put it down the bottom then. Yeah, put it down the bottom. And I'll just give myself the lock room. Oh crap, it doesn't make that. I didn't see that. Okay. I wasn't paying attention because I was fixing this up a little bit. Almost makes that. There. Also, let's go with, I think 10 seconds will actually be fine after all. Let's see here. I need a food center. So let's go make a food center while this is testing. First things first, information kiosk goes here. And we'll do our usual $20 umbrella thing. The restaurant goes here. And one of these goes here. Partner drop below 700. Oh no! Hang on. Medium. Wow, that's not ideal, is it? $5. Okay. So this will be called the hunt. Back up 700. So dip to below 700 for long enough to have a bit of a problem. Lemonade again. That's not really helpful. Ice cream in a red stall. Okay. And then over here we all the Asian fried rice noodle stall, beef noodle stall, and then roasted sausage stall. And then we have Sri Lanka stall over here. And I'll add a can of there. There are a lot of pukes who need a higher hand. Oh, the astronaut, yeah, okay. Okay. So this is kind of similar to Thunderstorm Park, except doesn't have the cool and wet climate. So I would imagine. Wow, this is really weird looking like this. So I'm going to put some stuff in the volcano, in the caldera. So I'll build a pathway in there, and I'll put down the dinosaur egg ride. Oh, this is these are 30 feet. Oh yeah, there we go, yeah. We're gonna have prehistoric style. $1.80. And then I'll have a haunted house. The haunted house is actually going to be over here. So it's going to cost me $149. That's a little bit weird, but there we go. I might as well do that then. Over-engineered exit path. $1.40. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the observation tower here. It's gonna go down to 30 feet. I need to go a little bit lower than 30 feet. 25 feet. And it's gonna come straight through the center of the caldera. It's gonna go pretty high up too. That is nowhere near where I wanted to put that. I'm out of money! Oh no! That's fine though. I think I'll build a more typical roller coaster after this to get some more money in, because obviously it's steeplechase not helpful. I have to build stand-up coaster too. Ah boy. Yeah. Probably the best food in the country. Well, that helps at least. How much money? How much loan can I take out? 35,000. So let's get to 5,000. Test. Oh. This will probably be like $3. There it goes. Anyways, yeah. I'll do. I do wooden roller coasters. I think a lot of my roller coasters are going to be built around, will be terrain coasters being around this, yeah. So this is here. Oh. Meteor crater inverted corner in the way. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Anyways. Time too. I'm gonna use 6-seaters this time. I had articulate last time. I don't want to use brake ones. I'm gonna use 6-seater cars. Also, I just noticed that's not supposed to be doing that. I don't think that's supposed to happen. How much money do these guys spawn with? 60, 70, 60, 60, 60, okay. Is it not that much? 60, is it probably the 60 to 90 again, I would imagine. Or maybe 50 to 80. Yeah, 60 to 90 notes, or it's about average. So. Floorless first returns. Yeah, I expected that much. Yeah, there'll be some designs that'll be indoors. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to build one of these completely indoors. I mean, I've done this a lot actually, but a hyper coaster would be more interesting completely indoors because that wouldn't. You would think that wouldn't make any sense, but yeah. Let's put down a ATM. That's gonna be placed right here. This wooden coaster is predominantly here to make money so I can build all the other not so good coaster types. So let's get to 15,000 now. How's that broken already? Oh, the footpath's in the way, hang on. I'm not sure where I'm going. Wooden coaster in the way there. Aww. There we go. Let's go in there then. Block bricks there. Okay, so this is an unusual design. test. There. Slow. There we go. Okay. So this wooden coaster will probably be, I'm gonna say it's $9. High, very high, medium. There we go. Open that up. And we're known as Caldera Climb. $752, okay. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. We have harder gas generation and harder grading too. Okay, the first aid room. Hospital. There we go, then. These guys are hungry. These are very thirsty. I'll put down the mini golf later. So next up, I have to build a mini suspended, and then a water coaster, and then a stand-up coaster, and then a flying coaster. And I also said, like I said, I'm gonna try to do a hyper coaster that's completely underground, which will be an interesting. It'll be very interesting to try to work that one in. Oh, so option 1's in the way. shop installs on the way, okay. Oh no, the bumper cars broke down, that boy. Did. I don't want to consume too much space with a mini suspended in the ground, because I'm gonna use most of this space in the Caldera for that hyper coaster. So all my other coasters are gonna have to go around it on the outside of the Caldera, essentially. Popcorn saw on the way, okay. Popcorn stall available. So yeah. I don't remember how many prehistoric parks are left, but I am getting sick of having to build these themed stuff. So. Let me take a look again. This is, thankfully, according to this, the last prehistoric theme park, which is good. There we go. How many cars can actually fit? 7. Well, I think I can put way more than 7. That's the wrong thing. It's a very simple layout. Tidiest park in the country. So we got 2 awards now. It'll be known as, this will be known as hibernation. Medium, high, medium. Yeah, this is also $5. There we go then. Way fast. Look at it go. Oh, well that works. Okay. So what I need is a path around to the left, and I have one going to the right, but I want to go over to the left first. Go ahead this way instead. Okay. So now we're out of that section. Section 2, 3. Put those down. Let's put down the swinging inverter ship. $228. Damn, I can still hear that. Okay. 260. There we go. We'll put the merry-go-round over here. Soybean milk stall, okay. That's not quite where I wanted that, but okay. $1.20. Put down a burger bar. And basically all the other cells I don't have. The popcorn is all we just got. A drink stall. And soybean milk stall we just unlocked. There. Safest park in the country now, okay. 3 awards right now. Okay, I guess next up will be Stampeding Herd stand-up coaster. I'm not sure that we can make that. I'm only doing 2 trains with this coaster. We're already up to 1,000 guests. I don't know how that happened. But yeah. Oh, that wouldn't work anyways. So just regular vertical loop then. Half corkscrew. This coast is going to avoid just going climbing up here with the chain lift. So. I guess we'll do something like that then. Come on now. I got the Hyper Twister roller coaster with the wide cars. Okay. Oh yeah, do it. I should have built that minus $10. I'm trying to future-proof this because I want to have this as a pathway. The pathway in the center is going to come back over this way, and there will eventually be another pathway going this way, if possible. So, I'm going to increase the loan again to $25,000 to build this coaster. That would make this interesting. Do something like this. Something like that, I guess. Test. I'm just trying to make the excitement 6 excitement, but I'm not sure that I can do that. It's 5.3 excitement. Yeah. This will be a $7 roller coaster. And be known as the Toy Dino Coaster, I guess. all of them. Okay, so no one bought those yet. Those are gonna be bright pink. One's in the ground down here. They're red. Yeah, my next coaster I'll build with the flying coaster. Now that will obviously have a 6 excitement on it. Its station is going to be over here. Okay, let's go over here then. There we go. Quarter loop! Yeah! Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it different from the usual flying coaster designs I've been doing. No, that's not going to work. Now, do inline twist, and then we do this. That isn't gonna work. Yeah, I think this spot's gonna be where most of the coaster will be located, and then there'll be some over here too. So. LAM launch roller coaster, okay. Just barely makes that. Okay. that, I guess. And here's where my mid-train brake blocks will be located. Mid-train, yeah, mid-train. Now what? I think I'm always called mid-train. I don't think that's not how it's called. Medium, yeah, mid-course brake run is what it's supposed to be. These broke down a second time, and is now the end of year 1. So, next time I'll finish building this coaster, and this will help me get even more money to build the last not ideal coaster, which is the water coaster. But at least this one can get to 6 excitement somewhat easily. So, yeah. And then after that, I'll build that hyper coaster and see how that works. So, yeah. So, thank you, Lynxers, for watching me play some OpenRCT2. I will see you Lynxers later.